to It Happened in Grand Prairie, Texas, as we bring you the history of our city and some of the people that have made history in the past, some of the people that are making history this very day, and some that intend to make history in Grand Prairie, Texas for time to come, because they have a heart for the Grand Prairie, Texas and its history. And we're so pleased today. This program is for a celebration of Black History Month. For February is always Black History Month in Grand Prairie, Texas, and we try to always dedicate a program to the very important things that are going on in that community. So where would we go but to the Dalworth area? And we have found that Tommy Williams, who has been so important to Grand Prairie, Texas, with Keep Grand Prairie Beautiful, doing marvelous things in the community, and she and her husband Theodore have done very much for us, and they just happen to be members of the Sunset Baptist Church. And when I got a call from Tommy, Tommy says, "Do you remember me?" I said, "How can we forget one of the ladies that are so important in the Dalworth community?" And she said, "Well, our church is going to have their 60th anniversary, and we just need for you to let people in Grand Prairie know about it." And guess what happened? Guess what happened? Tommy Williams couldn't be here. Her husband Theodore could not be here. The pastor, Reverend Magruder, could not be here because of a death in his very close member friend of the pastor that started him on the way to his career in religion. And then we got the magic name of another young man that is so important to Grand Prairie, Texas, and his name is Andy White. And he's very, very involved in the Sunset Baptist Church. He is also very, very involved as the assistant to the city manager of the city of Grand Prairie, Texas. And he is so involved in Weed and Seed and so many other programs that affect the lives of people. And he is just the right person to show up today as our wonderful, wonderful person to remember. And remember that this is History Tape number 661, and it is really featuring the Sunset Baptist Church, but it's also featuring Andy White. Welcome, Andy.
Okay, Miss Jackson, thank you for having me.
Well, I just had to have a little bit of time to let people know how important you have been and continue to be for the city of Grand Prairie, Texas. And we're going to do a little personal interview of you before we get into the Sunset Baptist Church. Is that acceptable?
That's fine with me.
All right. Brother Andy, when did you come to Grand Prairie, Texas for the first time?
1991.
In 1991. And when you came to Grand Prairie, were you happy about what you found, or were you a little disappointed and say, I'm going to make it better?
I observed what was going on, and I said there's an opportunity for me to get in and make some improvements in this city.
That is wonderful, because what is really important is the fact that you have a long career in many other ways, not only in Grand Prairie, Texas, but you are in retirement.
Well, I retired, and now I'm back working again.
And now you're back working again. Now, that's what is really, really precious, because you could have stayed in retirement and gone to the beach and traveled and done all of these things, but you've dedicated your life to helping people, regardless of what you find them in arrays about.
Right, that's so true. I believe that my purpose in life is to help those that are unfortunate and who needs a second chance in life. And I have dedicated my life to making sure that they get an opportunity to be the best they can be. And as I looked at Grand Prairie, I saw an opportunity, or I classified it as a need, to make productive citizens out of those who were just standing on street corners.
Do you have a family?
Yes, I have an all-girl family. I have a wife of 42 years. I have one daughter, and then I have 3 granddaughters.
Oh, that you're just outvoted by the female groups.
I'm outvoted, but I don't have to learn anything new.
Because you're already prepared for that,
I'm prepared for it. It's just continue to do the same thing I've always done.
That's, and when did you first become interested in the Sunset Baptist Church?
When I first moved to Arlington from Sherman, Texas, back in 1991, we had a friend who was a member of the Sunset Baptist Church, and she told us about it. So we visited several times, and we saw the programs and the ministries that were offered at the Sunset Baptist Church.
Yes.
And we felt that that is a place that we could work and make a difference in the community.
And Brother Matthew C. Magruder, was he here when you came?
Yes, he was the pastor at the time that we arrived. He had been here 14 years at that time.
At that time, 14 years. He had enough time under his belt to even woo you into the the Sunset Baptist Church.
He was able to make me feel that I had a home if I wanted to be a contributor.
And why were you so drawn to the Sunset Baptist Church?
I was drawn because of the ministries that they had. They had a ministry for all ages, and they focused on the Bible and its principles to make sure that the weak could be made strong, the unsaved could become saved, and those who didn't believe would have an opportunity to believe in Jesus Christ. So with that preaching and teaching as a foundation, then I say that's where I need to be, because I want to further my religious education and also at the same time work to make men become responsible in the church, in the home, and in the community.
Oh, that was a full-time job that you had in your sights, that you wanted to help in Grand Prairie, Texas, and on a street that's called Manning.
Manning Road, right there on the corner of Manning Road and Spike Street.
Yes.
That church has stood for 60 years.
And when you came, did you have a certain class that you went to, or did you have a title? Did they assign something to you? What happened to you?
When I first arrived, I was an ordained deacon, and after the pastor and the members observed my behavior, then I was soon accepted as a deacon of the Sunset Baptist Church, where I was able to start my teaching ministry and working with the youth, the adults, and the men. And that was a group that I was most concerned about, because I've always wanted to work with the men of the church to make sure, because there was a deterioration of the home.
Yes.
And if there's a deterioration of the home, somehow we have to get back our manhood principle. So I said, what better way than to start at the church, to make sure that the men felt like they were priests and kings, and they were also servants that needed to be responsible for the home, for the church, and for the community.
So I put down 1990 is the magic date that you came to the Sunset.
1990 was the first time that I visited. 1991 is when I
91 when you placed membership.
Became a member. 21 years ago. It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
And now you're celebrating what magic year?
We are on the February the 12th. We will celebrate 60 years of service to the community through the Sunset Baptist Church. And in those 60 years, the church has only had 2 pastors. The grandfather who founded the church in 1952 pastored it for 25 years.
Yes.
Now the grandson, who is the current pastor, has pastored this for 35 years. Thus, 60 years of providing spiritual leadership in the community.
And tell me, the current pastor, Matthew C., Does he have a son that is going to follow in his footsteps, or where are we with that?
Well, Matthew, our current pastor, in fact, has 3 sons.
Has 3 sons.
He has 3 sons, and 2 of his sons are currently in the ministry. So whether they will fall in his footsteps as the pastor of the Sunset Baptist Church is unknown, but they are following in his footsteps as being ministers of the gospel.
And the one other son that is not, is he going to be surprised when all of a sudden he may be it?
Well, if he become the it, we'll all probably be surprised.
Yes.
But you never know how God work things out. So
is that the one that is the principal?
No, the oldest son, he was in law enforcement.
In law enforcement.
Yeah.
And that's unusual.
But
I think that is wonderful.
But all of them are guiding principles. The one is converting and guiding lives through the church. The other one is controlling and guiding life through the community.
Through the community.
They're all trying to improve the quality of life of the citizens of our great city.
Of Grand Prairie, Texas.
Yes.
That is great. And I guess of all of the churches you've ever been associated with in your lifetime, how does this fall into perspective of whether it's the best, the most?
I don't know how to best judge which church satisfied the most. I look at it in terms of opportunity.
Yeah.
This church has provided me the greatest opportunity to deliver the ministry that I feel that I was called to do. It has also, except my home church, been the one church that I've been a member of longer than any other church. I moved around Chicago, New Jersey, Boston, Texas 3 times, and I've never had the opportunity to be a member of a church for 20 years. I know.
20 years.
Yes. The longest time I was a member of another church was 8 years.
Yes.
And this one has far surpassed that. So,
would you say you've settled down?
I think my feet are solid on the ground at this point. Yes.
That's wonderful. Of all of the things on the 60th anniversary, tell me what's going to happen on the celebration.
We are inviting all of the members of the community, city officials. We also have a special event planned for the afternoon of the 12th, February 12th at 3:30 p.m., where we're even inviting one of our sister churches from the Dallas community, Griggs Chapel Baptist Church.
And that's Griggs?
Griggs, Griggs, Griggs Chapel Baptist Church, where the Reverend E.C. Wilson is the prominent pastor there. They will come over and fellowship with us in the climax of our celebration at 3:30 p.m. on that Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
Yes. So if there's someone in the community who want to participate in a 60-year event and want to be a part of an event that doesn't happen very often, feel free to stop by the Sunset Baptist Church at 721 Manning Road.
I'd like to know how many deacons there are officially at the Sunset.
Right now we have 13 active deacons.
Okay.
And we're in the process of adding 2 more. We would like
possibility
of adding 2 or 3 more, whatever. We have had as many as 17, but we're now down to 13 because death has invaded our ranks, and some have moved away. So we have 13 active deacons.
All right. In this celebration, what spotlight is given, if any, to the ladies?
To the ladies, they are a permanent part of this celebration. They started out by assisting us in designing the program.
Yes.
They will be our color coordinators for the program. They will also serve on the program in the afternoon. So we couldn't do it without them. So
Yes.
they are an integral part of all of the activity that go on at our church.
Do you ever teach a class?
Yes, I teach a class on Wednesday nights to the men, and I teach a Sunday school class on Sunday mornings, the first, second, and third Sundays of each month.
Okay. Tell me about the future of the Sunset Baptist Church.
The future of the Sunset Baptist Church is involved in growth, and that is the holistic approach to growth. We want all of our current members to grow spiritually.
Yes.
We want any new and upcoming young people to come in is to grow as it relates to salvation, to get their understanding and buy-in to the principles of salvation. As we look to the future, we want to do more outreach ministry, where we are not only providing education and training for those who are members of our church, but those who are in the community that live in and around the church that may not be connected with the church. We want to reach out to them and let them know one important thing is that it's not what church you are a member of, but it's whether you have a relationship with Jesus Christ.
That is absolutely correct. And I like this one for the young about the principles of salvation.
Yes, they need to know and understand that and accept that because the teaching says salvation is free, but salvation has been paid for.
Yes.
So that doesn't make it free. It's been paid for. We have to accept it as a gift to us,
Yes.
but that cost God his only son. So I don't like to say salvation is free. I'd
Yes.
say it's been paid for.
Yes. As far as the youth are concerned, how do you control the fact that they want to lead before they've had all of the opportunities to do their learning?
We provide at our church. We have a program called Yucca, up and coming youth. We provide opportunity for our youth to start leading at an early age, so we can identify their leadership capabilities.
Yes.
And then we provide opportunity, just say for deacons, we have what we call junior deacons.
Oh, you do?
In our church, so they can learn the role and responsibility of being a deacon. Therefore, when they want to exercise their gift of leadership, they will have been trained and they will observe and they will practice all of the principles of being a great leader. The most important thing that we teach them is that holding a position is not as important as living a life.
Yes.
You live a life, then you will be observed, and then you can become a leader. Holding a position and then not living a life of responsibility won't make you a leader.
Yes. That is so critical to the young youth.
Yeah, and we give the young ladies in the church the same opportunity to have leadership opportunities. We allow them everything that an adult can do in our church. Our youth can also practice it there, from secretarial responsibilities of the Sunday school to being presidents of the various youth choirs. All of these activities are provided to our young people so they can grow up. We used to say that the youth are the church of tomorrow, but our youth are the church of today. So they have to be fully engaged and participate in all of the service activity that goes on at the Sunset Baptist Church.
Well, now February the 12th is this Magic Sunday.
February 12th and Magic Sunday. They can come at 10:15 a.m. and
Is that the earliest? Is that the earliest? Will there be anything before that 10:15?
There won't be. There'll be a normal Sunday school activity at 9 a.m. That kicks off the day. So that 9 a.m. service kicks off our day. The morning celebration will take place at 10:15 a.m. and then we will conclude the activity at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
All right, now I've got, I'm going to bring my kids, and I'm going to come at 9
To the Sunday school.
to Sunday school.
Yes.
I'm planning my day.
Yes.
I'm a member of your church.
You can make it an all-day festivity because after the 10:15, we're going to have a special dinner.
Oh,
So,
is that right in the middle then?
right in the middle. So you don't have to go home. You can just plan to spend a full day with us. You can come at 9 a.m., enjoy the Sunday school teaching. You can stay for the 10:15, enjoy the Sunday morning sermon and fellowship. You can then move over to the fellowship hall, have dinner with us, sit around and chat a little bit before we start up promptly at 3:30 in the afternoon to culminate our festivities.
And so will 3:30 be the ending, or will they be there after that 3:30?
We'll be there from 3:30 till about 6 p.m. and then we'll have refreshments and a closing ceremony at that time.
That's a pretty good day.
That's a full day, but it's a full day of rejoicing.
Yes. Well, I wanted to get just picture all of the things that were going to be happening, so that people, when they come, they won't be. I just wonder if I get to stay after 3.
Well, no, they can come at 9 and leave at 6, and they will have enjoyed a full day of rejoicing.
Okay. All right. Now, I have here a camera here that's for guests, not to give it to you, but for you to speak over it and be the magic messenger from the Sunset Baptist Church. I want you to talk to everyone that may be on your heart and invite them on this magic day of February the 12th that they're going to really, really enjoy God's blessing. So your invitation is coming on this television show right now.
Okay. To all of you who can hear my voice and understand what I'm speaking of, February the 12th will be a day of celebration at the Sunset Baptist Church. We will be celebrating 60 years of providing service to those who are in need, help to those who seek help. We also provide counseling for those who are downtrodden. And then we provide hope for those who lacks the energy and feel like they can't go on. So if you want to enjoy a day of rejoicing about how far God has brought us, come to the Sunset Baptist Church located at 721 Manning Road and be blessed from 9 a.m. until about 6 p.m. There will be a variety of services. 9 a.m. Sunday school, 10:15 a.m. morning worship. About 12:30, 1 o'clock, dinner will be served. 3:30, we will have our final fellowship service held by the Griggs Chapel Baptist Church from Dallas, Texas, where the Reverend E.C. Wilson will be blessing us with a gospel message. So come and help us celebrate.
And in the name of Brother Magruder, Matthew Magruder,
our pastor, who has been God's servant at this one location for 35 years, is Reverend Matthew Curtis Magruder. If nothing else, come and witness his leadership and guidance for this church and the community for 35 years.
And who are you?
I am Deacon Andrew White of the Sunset Baptist Church, inviting all of you to come and share in this great celebration.
And isn't that wonderful? You are so good. You are so good, Andy White.
Well, I've been blessed, and I'm trying to share my blessings with others.
And I just almost have to compliment you on so many things that you've done for the city of Grand Prairie, Texas, including cleaning off the railroad right-of-way for one of the new companies here in Grand Prairie, Texas. And thank you for your leadership role in that, because you always do that so quietly, as if it weren't important at all, that you get PR for the things that you do.
I've learned in life it's better to be seen doing things than to be heard talking about them.
Oh, I want to thank you for taking the role of Theodore Williams, Reverend Magruder, all of the people that are members at the Sunset Baptist to help us celebrate a wonderful happening today as we celebrate Black History Month in February. It's going to fall in line just perfectly with all of the things that we do. And I want to thank you personally for going the extra mile when all of the other circumstances did not keep us all together as we had planned. And I want to thank you for that.
Thank you for having me, and I'm pleased to be here. I can't represent Theodore Williams, Tommy Williams, and Reverend Magruder. I can represent Deacon Andy White and the Sunset Baptist Church. It is a church that's worthy of any recognition that it deserves.
And the main thing is that you showed up.
I'm here.
You're here.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is Ruthie Jackson reminding you that history is as we live and do, and sometimes we make history by substituting for other people. Sometimes we do that because we have a great love for the city of Grand Prairie, Texas, and especially a great love for the Lord and for the wonderful 60th anniversary of the Sunset Baptist Church in Grand Prairie, Texas. And thank you for watching our show.